On an distant planet, there exist three species of birds. Each species is similar except their variation with regard to their beaks. First, fork-mouthed bird. Second, chopstick-mouthed bird. Third, toothpick-mouthed bird. One year, an extremely rare new species of bird was discovered, which is spoon-mouthed bird. Today, we are going to be doing an experiment to find how natural selection works by conducting an experiment that replicates the situation where four types of birds try to survive on the two different islands by eating food available. So we will find out which ones survive and which one don't.
We think that the chopstick-mouthed birds will be able to capture the most jellies because jellies are sticky, so chopsticks would fit the best. We think that the spoon-mouthed birds will be able to capture the most M&Ms because it can spoon multiple M&Ms at a time. These are the material we need to conduct this experiment: a spoon, a fork, a toothpick, chopsticks, a plate, a cup. For the first habitat, we will use M&Ms. Second habitat, we will use jellies. Next, we'll show you how to conduct this super easy experiment. Put the treats on the plate and prepare a cup. You have 15 seconds to gain as much food as possible. After the time has run out, count the pieces of food that you collected into the cup and then record it into the data you have. Then you repeat the same steps but using different beaks or tools such as the spoon, the fork, the chopsticks, and the toothpick. After you've used all of the tools with the first habitat, which are the jellies, you change the habitat into M&Ms and repeat all of the steps again using all of the tools again. For our observation, we conducted each and every one of the steps 4 times so that each and every one of our members get to do it, but we only chose one out of each and shorten it so that it won't take too much time. After all of us have conducted the experiment for 4 times each, we put the data into a table and find the average. After we calculated the average for each trial, we found out that for the jelly habitat, the spoon collected the most jellies while the toothpick collected the least. And for the M&M habitat, the spoon also collected the most while the fork and the toothpick collected the least at tie.
For conclusion, for jelly habitat, we found out that spoon-mouthed birds fit the best. Then the second one is chopstick-mouthed birds. The third one is fork-mouthed birds, and the last one is toothpick-mouthed birds. For M&M habitat, we also found out that spoon-mouthed birds also fit the best. And the second one is chopstick-mouthed birds, and the last one are fork-mouthed birds and toothpick-mouthed birds.
The animal cannot consume the food and starve to death, eliminating that specific disadvantaged genotype and letting the stronger one survive. Take the giraffe as an example because zebras and gazelles already eat short plants in their biome. The giraffe will have to survive by eating tall plants. So between short giraffe and tall giraffes, the tall giraffes will be able to have more food and therefore be the stronger and fitter one to survive and expand this advantageous genetic. Sometimes newly introduced animals are able to quickly adapt to new environments, eat many different foods and better suited than resident species. So they take over the resources and endanger the resident species. If they don't have any predators, the invasive species will be successful in outliving the natural species. Because they don't all have to compete against each other for the same food source. A bird with a long beak may be good at digging for worms or picking at trees for insects, while a bird with a flat beak is capable of picking up seeds off the flat ground. Environment is a factor on variations of these animal species, so that's why there are no only one fittest species living in an area. Diseases, natural disasters, and destruction of habitats of humans, and also including the things humans do to animals such as hunting and poaching, can affect the natural selection because it kills off both the strong and weak animals. So the natural selection and the normal competition doesn't take place, and none of the strong animals will be able to live on in the surviving situation. When we collect the treats, we should have some ground rules whether we could touch the plate or not, and the timing should be more accurate if we want to get better results.